So everybody's hitting the marsh.
Well,
Not everybody, but
getting there.
more and more people every day are getting out in the marsh.
Yeah.
Or at least having the opportunity to. It's pretty fun. Things are kicking off, and it seems like everybody's been having some decent success from what I've been seeing.
Yeah. I'm going to need to start organizing some gear this weekend.
That's kind of my favorite part of duck season.
Yeah.
Is like the prep work that goes into it. Now, like, since I've been traveling a lot more, it doesn't have that same, like, you know, like the night before Christmas kind of feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always scrambling, trying to find the one thing I need, or like going in a ditch to go cut grass because I got to leave the next day. And yeah, but back in the day, man, it was so much fun. You place your order at Rogers. I was remembering the first thing that I bought when I got my first credit card. I bought full body goose decoys from Rogers.
What'd you buy?
They were
Bigfoots or
fully flocked B2s.
B2 fully flocked. I remember those packs.
They were, yeah, it was like in November at some point, and they were probably on Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Oh,
deal.
yeah, they were.
Yeah, that was the first purchase I did with my credit card. That crossed through my mind this morning. But anyway, prep work for opener, so much fun.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun when I was younger, and you'd be about five guys come over. We'd turn on some duck hunting show. Oh, just be like going through gear, looking for your other lost sock or whatever, you know, pulling your shotgun apart and seeing a spring fly across the living room or whatever, you know.
Finding whatever trash was left in the layout blinds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the stuff. That's the memories right there. Just sitting there and this, I mean, these are DVDs, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I know there's guys out there who did the same thing with VCRs. And
do you remember we ran across VHS tape or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Out in
Yeah.
we went to camp.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Some of those hunting videos, man.
Oh, that was
wow.
Yeah.
Those are some good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tying up all the weights, and
I'd watch.
there was no Texas rigs back then.
Yeah.
Not when I was a kid. We wouldn't even have thought.
Probably used a lot less decoys that back then.
A lot
too.
of strap weights.
I mean, I was watching some early on Zinc stuff for a while. Those are some good DVDs that he was putting out.
Yeah.
But, oh, yeah.
Or we'd have to tie on all of our solo cups we made.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
concrete solo
weights.
cup. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I guess since we're talking about gear a little bit, and we got the big duck sale going on, this is going to go out while it's still live, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Big Duck Sale ends on the 31st, by the way. October 31st, Halloween. That's the last day for the Big Duck Sale. And it's on our website, main page. There's my little ad right there.
Well, is there any like new products for this year that are in that ad?
Yeah, there probably is. Let me think about it for a second. Obviously, besides like some of the new wader models and whatnot, just trying to think of the new.
Well, okay. One thing I want to touch on, a product that it's really not new, but it's back
by popular demand.
Fast Strike. So I got to use a Fast Strike for the first time in North Dakota, and after that one time using it, it's like I'm like, okay, I could use this here. I could use this here.
Oh, it's dangerous.
It is a slick little blind.
Yeah. If no one knows what that blind looks like, and they're like, what's a Fast Strike? Like, okay, take an A-frame, throw that out the window. Take a panel blind and throw it out the window. Like, this is a, high-impact plastic bar that's about, what do you think, Josh, 6 inches tall? 8 inches tall?
The plastic part?
Like, just the height of it.
Probably 6 inches.
Yeah. It's a 6-inch panel, horizontal panel, that's got bungee cords, like,
On the front and the back.
woven through it, front and back, and it's there to put grass in and transport and be a blind. And it's an 8-foot wide panel. Like, I would say it's an 8-foot wide panel, but you don't need all the fabric to be your camouflage. You use grass. So you use, what you can cut, what you can provide to put on there. So
It's pretty sweet.
that's the only thing with that blind. It requires you to go out and find that natural vegetation, because that blind work great with all sorts of different natural vegetation, but like raffia really doesn't do much in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to get, and like the sheet grass that you buy, the 4x4, really wouldn't work in it. You got to go get some tall.
You gotta get some stuff with some verticality.
Yeah. And then you're golden. But it's just a great blind to hide in. You buy one panel in the front, one panel in the back. You can have 3 guys hiding in there, and it's very cost effective, honestly.
And it fits in a decoy sled.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking about it, like, you could have your bundles of grass and then lay that in the bottom of the sled, lay your fast strikes down, put a few decoys on top of that, and then you get to your spot, stick the fast strike in, brush it
Bundle
up.
it up there. Yeah.
Yep.
So we've always bundled up the fast strikes at the beginning of the year and then didn't worry about them. And we would zip tie the bundle of grass. So we would go find some prairie cord grass or rip gut or something like that, and we'd bundle up like $50 size bundles of grass and then zip tie it. What the zip tie does is it makes it last forever. Like if you don't let it sit out in the rain and get wet and you keep it dry, that grass will last for a long time before you have to like redo it. But yeah, we would just grass it before the season and just hunt it all year, and you don't have to change it. You don't have to grass that blind in every time you go out. Now Josh is saying he's keeping his grass separate. Well, for transportation that might help, but we would just like our grass would be like hanging over the side of a jet sled. But we used a ton of fast strikes and jet sleds
And it was nothing to put in the truck.
Yeah.
Like when my truck bed was full going to North Dakota, and it was nothing to put that thing in there.
With grass on it or grass with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just laid down.
I went with a buddy 3-4 years ago. I don't know. Fast Strike was fairly new, but and we used it instead of brushing in our layout blinds. We used it to hide our layout blinds.
Yeah.
So we did
So you'd put one on
Yeah,
each side of a
sets.
layout line at an angle?
and then you just put your layout blind in the middle.
I guess you could use it as like a layout blind too with the 45-degree adapter.
So
We used that to hide our layout blinds in instead of brushing everything in.
yeah.
We just look like little brush piles.
Scott, the original owner of that, he would talk about different ways. So these panels can fold in half. They're 8 foot wide. They have a bolt in the center, so they're 4 foot sections.
They're hinged.
They're hinged. You can unbolt that center part on purpose. You can do it. They're meant to be done. And what he does is he runs them across the front of the layout blinds on the boot bags, maybe with 45s, maybe just laying down on top of the boot bags. And then he runs, some on the side and the back, and then he'll take 4 foot panels and just put them in between every blind. And it creates that brush effect, like this just uncut ditch effect.
It gives you some verticality.
Gives you some vertical between the layout blinds, and it gives you cover all the way around.
It probably casts a good shadow too.
It does. You don't cast a hard shadow. Like you don't, sometimes with the layout blind set, you'll have like a big shadow to one side of that. Like you get 5 or 6 layout blinds together, it'll be a hard shadow. This kind of gives you that. It'll still have a shadow, but it actually looks more natural, like a ditch would, instead of like a hard canvas.
Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to bring up the Fast Strike because I used it and I really like it, and I'm going to keep using it.
Yeah, that is the one. I think the last time we were offering them was before COVID, and now they're back. So,
and if you haven't seen them, check them out. They are pretty darn cool, especially if you're a public land guy and you got to walk in somewhere and you're hunting in like maybe knee deep water.
Yeah,
and there's just nowhere else to hide.
Yeah,
dude, it's going to be perfect for that.